Good evening, good morning, and good night. Welcome to Inappropriate Radio. It's your host, Tasha. Let's get into this. So, hi guys. No periodic table, no alien talk this evening. However, we do have a message from the creator. But before I get into this, let me just say this first. The messages and downloads that I was getting prior to, or in preparation for, rather, this eclipse that had come, those were real downloads, guys. Remember, I stated over and over that I was not giving a prophecy, that I was not giving, you guys a heads up about what was to come. I was given instructions on what to tell you guys to purchase in preparation. We're not done, okay? We're not done. We have just stepped into a new dimension, a new timeline. We're on a new frequency. A lot of people should have been getting visits from their future selves, or at least some visions that entails their future self. A lot of people may say doppelganger. It is a doppelganger depending on their intentions. If it is a self from you that is in alignment, if you are in alignment, you can't be overtaken or overthrown by your doppelganger. Let's just put it like that. It's an entity, right, that looks like you, that appears to be you, but is not you. That is your doppelganger, okay? Or your evil twin. It could be you, just the lower vibrational aspect of yourself, okay? It is your future self if you are in alignment, if you are vibrationally matched, if you have called in, if you have done the work to be introduced to another version of yourself. If you want to find out, you need to just ask the creator. I like to simply ask the creator to align me with the version of myself that is most compatible with the version of me that I am currently in sync with, the version of me that I am currently operating and functioning in, out of, and with at this current moment. Everyone has their own way. Some people call it quantum jumping. Some people call it manifesting. Some people call it witchcraft, voodoo. Some people call it psychosis and psychotic behavior, right? It depends on who you're talking to. Now, this is one of those really sketchy topics. It's one of those topics that will offend, that will scare, that will enlighten, that will awaken. So please don't be offended. Even if the shoe fits, you don't have to wear the shoes, okay? Now, I got this download yesterday, right? We have had several conversations about same-sex spirits, okay? We've talked about what they may mean, and the meaning for having these spirits attached or attacking people or bloodlines varies, okay? You will have to literally go back to some of the segments, or just simply do your own research, tap into your own guides to find out what it may mean, all right? Now, a bisexual and a same-sex spirit is not the same, okay? Someone who is sexually attracted to both genders, no matter what your gender is not the same. Now, you may have encountered a same-sex spirit as well as a bisexual spirit, okay? You may have encountered both, but they're not the same. Now, remember, we had the discussion of, this transition, this process of the manifestation of a fetus, or just the process of when a child is conceived, okay? A lot of people didn't know this, but yes, we all start out as females in the womb. At about the 5th, coming into the 6th week, hormones will determine the gender of the fetus, okay? And it's always been my theory that a lot of people that transition over, they don't successfully transition over. So sometimes they become sexually attracted and aroused by the same sex, even for females. Sometimes they get a little bit too much of, the testosterone and progesterone and a bunch of different hormones that are required in order for us to be considered a particular gender, right? This bisexual spirit is different. First of all, let me just say, if you or your partner or the both of you are bisexual, you can be attacked by people from either gender. It makes the attack easier, and sometimes sexual energy will be used to impose, okay? Now, this is where the offenses start to come in. I hope that I'm not offending anyone. If I am, then I'm probably saying something that you feel like is pertaining to you. I'm not speaking to anyone directly. I'm not even going off my own experience. I'm simply going off of the downloads that I get from the Creator. A lot of the things that I discuss and bring to the forefront is not something that I'm personally dealing with. This is a download where adults, you have to fully and confidently embrace your sexuality, whatever that may be. I am not encouraging anyone to be gay or not be gay. I'm not here to condemn or judge. I'm just here simply to inform you guys on how this stuff works in the spiritual realm, okay? If you are a woman who is sexually active with a man who is actively bisexual, because there's a difference, right? There's a difference between a person who is wrestling with this spirit and a person who has succumbed and they are totally in agreement with the spirit, okay? It's two different things. If you are sexually active with a man who is actively engaging in sex with another man, then you are more likely to be attacked by another man. Same with a woman. If you are a woman, if you are a man, who is sexually active with a woman who is actively bisexual, okay, you are more likely to be attacked by another woman, okay? And I'm not saying that your suspicions about your partner, having sex with their friends is accurate. You need to take that to the Creator. You have your own instincts and your own guides for that. I'm just simply telling you what goes on behind the curtain with these spirits, okay? I don't really engage in 3D physical conversations, okay? They don't really tickle my fancy. It's not what the Creator is putting me up to do, all right? You are more likely to be attacked spiritually and physically by someone of your partner's gender, okay? Not only do they see you as competition, the sexual energy that you share with your partner or your person is something that they deem as valuable, right? And on top of you being someone they might consider a competition or a competitor, right? That's just one layer of it. When you are sexually involved with someone who is bisexual and they're not confused about it, you have volunteered your energy to go into like a whirlwind of spiritual, activity, and it's heightened. Now, if you are dealing with a person who is not comfortable with their sexuality, then you are probably in more danger because they are dealing with the spirit that is fighting them, Okay? And now, if you're the one who is dealing with this person who understands who they are, they may not understand that it's a spirit. They may not even know or agree that it would be a spirit that is resting upon them. You still might be a little bit in a better position simply because these particular, spirits, they like to be seen. They're flamboyant, right? They like to be heard. Once that person takes over or is taken over rather by this spirit, and they are no longer wrestling with the idea, or they're no longer wrestling with the spirit, then the spirit is basically gonna latch on to you or to whomever is in your circumference, right? People who are still battling with the spirit and they are trying their hardest to be seen and recognized and felt, this spirit will try their hardest to be seen and heard and felt through you in a volatile manner. This is why a lot of people get themselves hurt when the spirit is expressed and exposed without the host wanting that, okay? If you see someone who has been outed without their own consent, it usually is involving or ending in violence, because the person that is dealing with it knows that it is not a socially, well, in this climate and day and age, it's actually a socially accepted spirit. A lot of people are uncomfortable because it doesn't fit the status quo of maybe their peers, their family. Maybe it goes against the identity that they've been purporting or portraying, right? Two different things. So I'm going to encourage you to ask the Creator to lead you, because maybe if you are the person who is also fighting the spirit, it's probably a part of your journey and calling to cast the spirit out, to get rid of the spirit. So, in the only way that this spirit can attack you and attach itself to you is if you're in agreement with it. If you are yourself fighting it, or your guard is up against it, or if you are doing what is required to not be consumed by this spirit, the spirit will have a hard time attacking you, attaching itself to you, and, becoming one with you. So all of this is based on your ability to identify what the Creator wants from you, what the spirit wants from you, and what the purpose of this spirit is. Because sometimes the Creator will allow this spirit to rest in your body, in your bloodline, because the Creator doesn't want the bloodline to produce any more children until some sort of balance is restored in the bloodline. Sometimes the spirit is just running rampant through the family until someone is brave enough and strong enough to fight it, because the same-sex spirit is it's under the Jezebel umbrella, and it's a really strong spirit. I even last year, I believe, went into how I was being stalked and harassed by this spirit, and how I myself had to shake the spirit off because I was also sexually attracted to women. I always talk about that. But yeah, I'm going to end it here. You know where you fall in all of this, all right? I love you guys. I hope you are enjoying your weekend. I hope you are drinking your water, eating your fruit and vegetables, and sipping on your own tea, because it is free. Love y'all. Peace.